New videos every day.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel, and today I am going to bring you some interesting facts about the Aztecs. The Aztecs' judicial system was quite like ours is today. The emperor would act as the judge and he would appoint citizens as the jury. The Aztecs had harsh punishments for certain crimes. For instance, drunkenness, adultery, someone who cuts down a live tree, and a commoner found wearing cotton clothing were all punished by death. Children in the Aztec civilization went to one of two schools. Now, this depended on whether they were children of nobles or worker children. If you were a noble child, you went to Kalmakak. There, you learned to live prudently, to govern, and to understand the history of your elders. They were under strict guidance by priests because the school was linked to the temples. If you were considered a worker child, that meant that your parent was either a peasant, a builder, or one of the tradespeople. And that also meant that you went to a school called Teopakali. There you learned occupational skills, elements of warfare, and how to have good citizenship. Schooling for a girl back in the Aztec civilization was quite different than it was for a boy, because schooling for a girl was mostly at home and was more technically training for marriage. So by the age of 4, they were already spinning. By the age of 12, they were already cooking. And if you were a noble daughter, then by 12 or 13, you could go and help in the temple. And some of them became professional priestesses. But other than that, that was pretty much it for a girl. Schooling for boys was also quite different. At age 15, they either went to Kalmakak or Kuakakali, where they learned warfare techniques. Both schools dealt with war, so there was a huge rivalry between the schools, which often resulted in fights between the boys. Maize is a type of corn that was the main food source for the Aztecs, and the Aztecs loved their chocolate. Chocolate was reserved for the nobles and the elite. They would make a drink with cacao, that's actually cocoa, and ground maize. Now they would give this to the warriors because they believed that it gave them stamina, and they used it in sacred rituals. So chocolate was for the elite. So what kind of clothing did the Aztecs wear? Well, the women wore skirts wrapped around their waist and hips, and men, they wore loincloths. A lot of the times they would wear sleeveless ponchos over their loincloths. So what did the Aztecs do for fun? Well, the Aztecs had two main games that they would play. The first game was called Tlactli, and the second game was called Patoli. Tlactli was a game played with rubbered balls and teams. Patoli was a gambling game that they played with dried beans and pebbles. So where did the Aztecs live when they were around anyway? You probably know that they lived in Mexico, but where in Mexico? Most specifically, they lived in the south-central region of our present-day Mexico. So in the south-central area of Mexico, they lived in a basin area that was separated by eroded volcanic peaks and dissected mountain ranges. The Aztecs made their living by hunting, fishing, gathering, and gardening. Their main crops were cocoa, vanilla, chili, pumpkin, and tobacco. The Aztecs referred to paying taxes as giving tribute. In a future video, more facts about the Aztecs. In a future video, we're going to be giving you some facts about STDs. And in another video, facts about dinosaurs. Thank you again for watching one of my videos. I hope you learned something interesting about the Aztecs today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel now. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me. Also, please rate my video and let me know what you think of it. Really like to know what you think. Thank you. Bye.